My beloved soul, listen carefully. Tonight is not ordinary. The atmosphere around you is charged with something ancient, something commanded, something released from the courts of heaven. Before this night ends, something shifts in the unseen. Before you close your eyes, a divine instruction moves through realms you cannot see. This is not coincidence. This is not emotion. This is a miracle from God, and your soulmate is ready to manifest tonight. My beloved soul, do not dismiss this as another message. There are moments in destiny when heaven interrupts time, when what was delayed is suddenly accelerated, when what was hidden is commanded to appear. This is that moment. And before I go any further, I must obey what the Spirit is urging. Type, "I receive this," in the comments as a declaration that your heart is aligned. Like this video as an act of agreement with what God is releasing. Subscribe to this channel so you do not miss the next divine instruction. Click the bell so you are alerted when heaven speaks again. And send a super thanks as a prophetic act of faith, sealing your expectation before the miracle fully unfolds. Do not treat this as promotion. Treat it as participation. Because when you move in faith, heaven responds in power. Now listen carefully. There has been resistance around your love story. There have been delays that made no sense. You have questioned your worth, your timing, even your ability to be chosen. But what you did not see was the preparation happening behind closed doors. God does not release divine unions casually. He builds them. He refines them. He removes what would destroy them. And tonight, the final layer of preparation is being completed. Somewhere, your soulmate is feeling a stirring they cannot explain. A restlessness. A realization. A clarity that cuts through fear. This is not random emotion. This is divine activation. My beloved soul, stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you. Because what is manifesting is not just a person walking into your life. It is alignment stepping into position. It is covenant stepping into visibility. You have prayed for confirmation. You have asked for a sign. This message is not the sign. This message is the announcement. The sign will follow in your reality. The miracle is already in motion. Tonight, chains of hesitation are breaking. Pride is dissolving. Fear of commitment is collapsing. The one who was unsure is becoming certain. The one who was silent is preparing to speak. The one who was distant is being drawn closer by a force stronger than their doubts. Do you understand what that means? It means the waiting season is not endless. It means heaven has decided that enough is enough. It means the lesson has been learned, the growth has been completed, and the door that seemed locked is being opened from the inside. You were not rejected. You were protected. You were not forgotten. You were being formed. And now the timing is perfect. Not because the calendar says so, but because your spirit is ready. Your soulmate is not coming back the same way they left. They are not approaching you with confusion. They are not approaching you with games. They are approaching you with awareness. With recognition. With a seriousness they did not carry before. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. There is weight in these words. Heaven is not whispering. Heaven is declaring. The miracle is not small. It is strategic. Tonight, there is a divine push happening. Conversations that were delayed are being initiated. Thoughts of you are intensifying. Memories are resurfacing with new understanding. Regret is turning into courage. Fear is turning into action. You may not see it yet, but you will feel the shift. A sudden peace. A strange excitement. An inner knowing that something is about to happen. Trust that feeling. It is not imagination. It is confirmation. You have been aligned through tears, through silence, through lessons that stretched your patience. And because you did not close your heart permanently, because you did not become bitter, because you still believed in love even after disappointment, heaven is honoring that resilience. This is not about desperation. This is about destiny. This is not about chasing. This is about divine orchestration. Your soulmate is being positioned, not pressured. They are being awakened, not manipulated. God does not force hearts. He transforms them. And transformation has reached its final stage. My beloved soul, do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal. The manifestation you have longed for is not a fantasy. It is a fulfillment. But it required both of you to mature separately before uniting powerfully. Tonight, something clicks in their spirit. A realization that you are not replaceable. A recognition that what you carry is rare. A conviction that losing you would mean losing destiny. That awareness is heavier than fear. It is stronger than ego. And it moves them. You are stepping into a night that will be remembered as the turning point. Maybe it begins with a message. Maybe it begins with a dream. Maybe it begins with an unexpected encounter. However it unfolds, it will carry the fingerprint of God. You will know it is different. The energy will be different. The tone will be different. The intention will be different. This is not a cycle repeating. This is a chapter shifting. My beloved soul, if you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. Because the greatest mistake you could make right now is doubting what heaven has already approved. Do not shrink back into fear. Do not sabotage what is aligning. Stay open. Stay steady. Stay expectant. Tonight is not just another night. It is a divine appointment. Your soulmate is ready to manifest, not as potential, but as presence. And the miracle from God is not coming slowly. It is arriving with certainty. The presence that is moving tonight is not loud, but it is undeniable. It moves like a current beneath the surface, steady and intentional, rearranging outcomes that once seemed fixed. My beloved soul, you have stepped into a divine acceleration. What felt stalled is being restored. What felt uncertain is being clarified. This is not emotional hype. This is spiritual legislation. A decree has gone forth over your love story, and heaven does not reverse what it has sealed. Somewhere, at this very hour, your soulmate is confronting truths they once avoided. They are seeing your absence differently. They are recognizing your value with sober eyes. The illusion that distracted them is fading. The noise that confused them is quieting. What remains is the undeniable imprint of you. My beloved soul, stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you. Because what is happening now is deeper than reconciliation. It is revelation. It is the moment when destiny overrides delay. You must understand that divine unions are not based on convenience. They are built on calling. And calling cannot be erased by distance, ego, or temporary detours. Tonight, the calling is louder than fear. Your soulmate feels it in their chest, like a weight they cannot ignore. They may try to distract themselves. They may attempt to rationalize it. But the truth is persistent. You are not just someone they once loved. You are someone assigned to their growth, their healing, their future. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. There is strategy in this timing. There is intention in this shift. Heaven waited until both of you were strong enough to sustain what is coming. If it had happened earlier, it would have broken under immaturity. If it had happened sooner, insecurity would have corrupted it. But now, wisdom has been planted. Lessons have been learned. Pride has been humbled. You have both been refined in separate fires so that when you stand together, you do not burn each other. You build each other. Tonight, something softens in them. The walls they constructed begin to crack. The excuses lose their power. The stubborn silence becomes heavy. They are realizing that running did not bring peace. Avoiding did not bring clarity. Replacing did not bring fulfillment. Only truth remains. And the truth leads back to you. My beloved soul, do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal. Because manifestation does not always announce itself with fireworks. Sometimes it begins with a quiet message. A simple reach out. A sudden apology. A confession that was long overdue. Do not underestimate small beginnings. The miracle is not in the volume. It is in the alignment. When they speak this time, there will be depth. When they approach this time, there will be sincerity. When they stand before you this time, there will be intention. You must also be prepared. Not prepared to beg. Not prepared to prove. Prepared to receive. Prepared to discern. Prepared to stand in your worth without shrinking. Because this union is not about returning to who you were. It is about stepping into who you have become. You are not the same person who once tolerated confusion. You are not the same soul who accepted breadcrumbs. Growth has sharpened your standards. Healing has strengthened your boundaries. And heaven honors that evolution. My beloved soul, if you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. Because the miracle is not just their return. The miracle is the transformation of the connection itself. What was once unstable becomes secure. What was once fragile becomes firm. The foundation is different now. It is built on awareness, not assumption. On communication, not avoidance. On commitment, not convenience. Tonight, divine conviction is overtaking hesitation. They are thinking of the moments they took you for granted. They are remembering the way you showed up consistently. They are feeling the absence of your energy like a missing piece. And in that realization, courage is forming. My beloved soul, this is the hour when heaven removes substitutes. False options fall away. Distractions lose their shine. Competing voices grow silent. What remains is the one chosen path. You and them. Not by force. Not by obsession. By design. You may feel sudden emotion rising within you. Waves of anticipation. A sense that something is about to shift. Do not suppress it. Your spirit recognizes movement before your eyes do. There is a spiritual magnetism being restored. Threads that seemed cut are being rewoven. Promises that felt broken are being revisited under new understanding. My beloved soul, stay with me till the end, something sacred is unfolding. Because when divine timing activates, it does not ask for permission from doubt. It proceeds with authority. You are stepping into a reunion that carries maturity. Into conversations that carry accountability. Into a love that carries purpose. This is not fantasy. This is fulfillment aligned with growth. And as tonight unfolds, pay attention to subtle signs. A name appearing unexpectedly. A song that connects directly to your memories. A dream that feels more real than imagination. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that movement has begun. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. You prayed for this shift. You asked for clarity. You begged heaven for intervention. And now that intervention is active. But you must not retreat into fear. When manifestation begins, it can feel overwhelming. When the answer comes, it can feel surreal. Stand steady. Breathe deeply. Trust fully. The miracle from God is not fragile. It is fortified. And your soulmate is not manifesting by accident. They are manifesting by assignment. Tonight marks the transition from waiting to witnessing. From hoping to holding. From questioning to knowing. Let your heart remain open, but let your standards remain high. Because divine love does not lower your value. It meets it. And what is coming toward you is not half-hearted. It is intentional, awakened, and ready. The heavens have aligned the pieces. The resistance has weakened. The timing has matured. And the declaration has been spoken in realms unseen. Your soulmate is ready to manifest tonight, and this miracle carries the signature of God. And as this divine orchestration continues to unfold, understand that what is happening now is not simply emotional reconciliation, it is spiritual synchronization. Two timelines that once ran parallel are beginning to merge. Two journeys that required separation are now approaching intersection. My beloved soul, there was a reason you felt the distance so deeply. It was not just attachment. It was assignment temporarily paused. Heaven allowed space so growth could complete its work. And now growth has produced readiness. Readiness in you, and readiness in them. This is why the energy feels different. This is why. Your spirit has been restless in a hopeful way. Something is aligning beneath the surface. My beloved soul, stay with me till the end, something powerful is waiting for you. Because what manifests tonight is not only contact, it is clarity. Your soulmate is no longer wrestling with confusion the way they once did. The fog has lifted. The excuses have expired. They are seeing the connection through mature eyes. They are recognizing that what you shared was not ordinary chemistry, it was divine compatibility. There is a difference. Chemistry fades under pressure. Compatibility strengthens through refinement. And what you carry together has survived testing. That survival is proof of destiny. My beloved soul, do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal. There are internal battles finishing within them right now. Pride is bowing. Fear of vulnerability is losing ground. The need to control is dissolving. They are understanding that real love requires surrender, not dominance. It requires honesty, not image. It requires courage, not ego. And tonight, courage is rising. You may feel a sudden calm replacing anxiety. You may sense a peace that does not logically match your circumstances. That peace is prophetic. It is the evidence that something has shifted in the unseen. Heaven often sends peace before it sends proof. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. The miracle is gaining momentum. And as it does, you must guard your mindset. Do not let past pain narrate your future. Do not let old disappointment predict new outcomes. This is not a repeat of yesterday. This is a restoration refined by lessons. When they reach out, you will notice the difference in tone. There will be less defensiveness, more humility. Less confusion, more direction. Less avoidance, more presence. Because separation has taught them what absence feels like. And absence has clarified your value. My beloved soul, if you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. Because what is about to manifest is not temporary emotion, it is intentional movement. Your soulmate is not being pushed by loneliness. They are being pulled by realization. Realization that you are aligned with their future. Realization that peace follows your presence. Realization that what they almost lost was heaven sent. And once that realization settles fully, action follows naturally. You are not chasing this outcome. You are attracting it through alignment. Through healing. Through growth. Through refusing to shrink after heartbreak. My beloved soul, stay with me till the end, something sacred is unfolding in this hour. There is a divine seriousness surrounding this shift. Heaven is not playing with your emotions. Heaven is fulfilling its word over your life. And fulfillment requires readiness on both sides. That readiness is here. The connection is no longer immature. It is seasoned. It has been tested by silence, distance, misunderstanding, and yet it still stands. That endurance is evidence that it carries more than infatuation. It carries purpose. My beloved soul, do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal. Tonight may not explode with dramatic gestures. It may begin subtly. But subtle does not mean insignificant. A single message can open a door. A single conversation can restart a path. A single apology can heal months of tension. Do not underestimate beginnings that feel small. Divine miracles often enter quietly and then grow powerfully. Your responsibility is not to force manifestation. Your responsibility is to remain open without becoming desperate. There is strength in calm expectation. There is power in quiet confidence. You have done the internal work. You have faced your shadows. You have confronted your patterns. And because you chose growth instead of bitterness, you are now positioned to receive mature love. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. What is forming now is stability. It is not based on fantasy. It is grounded in truth. Your soulmate understands now that love is not about excitement alone. It is about consistency. It is about choosing the same person daily. It is about building something that lasts beyond feelings. That understanding changes everything. It shifts their posture toward you. It shifts their communication. It shifts their intentions. My beloved soul, stay with me till the end, something eternal is being sealed. Because when divine timing activates, it completes cycles that once repeated endlessly. The push and pull dynamic ends. The uncertainty dissolves. The back and forth loses power. What replaces it is direction. What replaces it is clarity. What replaces it is commitment. And commitment is the soil where destiny flourishes. You may notice that old triggers no longer control you the way they once did. That is evidence of your healing. You are not reacting from wounds anymore. You are responding from wisdom. That maturity makes the union sustainable. My beloved soul, if you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. Because this miracle is not only about romance. It is about restoration of faith. Faith that what is meant for you cannot be permanently stolen. Faith that delay does not equal denial. Faith that divine love arrives at the appointed hour. Tonight marks the closing of an old chapter of confusion and the opening of a new chapter of alignment. The waiting season taught you patience. The silence season taught you strength. The separation season taught you self-worth. And now the manifestation season will teach you fulfillment. Stand ready. Stand grounded. Stand expectant. The miracle from God is not fragile, it is firm. Your soulmate is ready to manifest, not as a lesson, but as a blessing refined by growth. And as this night continues, remember that heaven does not announce miracles prematurely. When it speaks this clearly, it is because movement is already in progress. And as the hours of this night continue to unfold, something irreversible is taking place in the spiritual atmosphere surrounding your connection. This is no longer about possibility. This is about inevitability. My beloved soul, destiny has crossed the line from preparation into presentation. What was being formed in silence is now stepping toward visibility. You must understand that divine manifestation does not rush, but when it arrives, it moves with unstoppable precision. There is a holy confidence surrounding this shift. Not arrogance. Not fantasy. Certainty. The kind of certainty that does not scream but stands firm. Your soulmate is no longer wrestling with whether they should move toward you. They are wrestling with how quickly they can correct what was mishandled. That internal shift changes everything. My beloved soul, stay with me till the end, something powerful is still unfolding for you. Because what happens next will not look like the past. The version of them that hurt you cannot survive in the presence of this level of revelation. They have seen the consequences of distance. They have felt the emptiness of alternatives. They have experienced the hollowness of connections that lacked depth. And in that comparison, your value has become undeniable. This is not ego speaking. This is awakening. Awakening strips away illusion. Awakening exposes truth. And truth leads them back to what was always aligned. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. There is something sacred about this timing. Heaven waited until both hearts could handle the weight of real commitment. Before, emotions were intense but unstable. Now, emotions are steady and intentional. That steadiness is what sustains covenant. You may feel a sudden urge to reflect, to pray, to sit quietly. That is not coincidence. Your spirit senses alignment approaching. When manifestation draws near, your inner world often prepares before your outer world confirms. Pay attention to that stillness. It carries information. My beloved soul, do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal. There are conversations being rehearsed in their mind right now. Words they wish they had spoken earlier. Apologies they wish they had delivered sooner. Admissions they once feared are now forming courageously within them. The fear of vulnerability is being replaced with the fear of losing you permanently. And that fear is transforming into boldness. They are realizing that pride cost too much. Silence cost too much. Distance cost too much. And love that is real deserves effort that is real. This realization is not temporary emotion. It is conviction settling deeply. My beloved soul, if you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. Because the miracle unfolding is layered. It is not just about reunion. It is about elevation. The love that returns will not operate at the same frequency it once did. It will operate at a higher level of awareness. There will be clarity about boundaries. Clarity about expectations. Clarity about long-term vision. When divine love matures, it stops playing small. It starts building intentionally. You are not being invited back into confusion. You are being invited into alignment refined by experience. My beloved soul, stay with me till the end, something sacred is sealing in this hour. The unseen realm has already shifted. The resistance that delayed communication has weakened. The stubbornness that prolonged separation has softened. The distractions that once occupied their attention are losing importance. What remains constant is you. Your memory. Your impact. Your presence in their spirit. They cannot outrun what is assigned. They cannot replace what is destined. They cannot silence what God continues to stir. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. Because as manifestation approaches, doubt may attempt one final whisper. It may say, what if nothing changes? It may say, what if this is another cycle? Silence that voice immediately. This is not repetition. This is restoration. There is a difference. Repetition brings the same lessons. Restoration brings redeemed outcomes. And what is approaching you carries redemption. You will notice the difference not only in their words, but in their consistency. Not only in their promises, but in their follow-through. Not only in their desire, but in their discipline to protect what you build together. My beloved soul, do not leave yet, heaven has more to reveal. The miracle tonight is not theatrical, it is transformational. It transforms the narrative. It transforms the dynamic. It transforms the direction of your connection. Where there was once uncertainty, there will be assurance. Where there was once hesitation, there will be decisiveness. Where there was once emotional immaturity, there will be grounded intention. This is what divine timing produces. It produces maturity before manifestation. You are not meeting the same person you once knew. You are meeting a version shaped by reflection, by loss, by growth. And they are meeting a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and less willing to compromise your worth. That balance creates stability. My beloved soul, stay with me till the end, something eternal is being established. Because when heaven ordains reunion, it also ordains protection over that union. The chaos that once surrounded you will not have the same access. The interference that once influenced decisions will not hold the same power. Divine covering surrounds what God restores. And tonight, restoration is not a dream. It is an active process. You may wake tomorrow with new communication. You may receive unexpected vulnerability. You may sense a clear invitation to rebuild. However it arrives, it will carry sincerity. It will carry humility. It will carry intention. My beloved soul, if you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. Because the ultimate truth is this: what is manifesting is not simply romance, it is alignment between two souls who have completed necessary growth separately. You were both being prepared for this level of union. Preparation often feels like delay. But delay was protection. Protection was refinement. Refinement produced readiness. And readiness unlocks manifestation. Stand steady tonight. Do not force. Do not panic. Do not overanalyze. Let divine timing complete what it has begun. The miracle from God is not fragile, it is fortified by wisdom earned through experience. Your soulmate is ready to manifest, not with confusion, not with games, not with half-hearted emotion, but with clarity, courage, and commitment. And as this night deepens, know that heaven has already moved pieces into place that cannot be reversed. What was spoken in prayer is being answered in reality. What was hoped for in silence is stepping into visibility. The shift has happened. The alignment is real. The manifestation is in motion. And you, my beloved soul, are standing at the doorway of a love story no longer delayed, but divinely delivered, and as this message settles into your spirit, let peace anchor you instead of anticipation overwhelming you. Tonight is not about chasing signs, it is about trusting alignment. What God restores, He sustains. What He ordains, He protects. Walk into the coming hours with quiet confidence, not anxiety. The miracle has already been authorized in realms you cannot see. Your soulmate's heart is turning with intention, not impulse. Remain grounded. Remain faithful. Remain open. Because this is not the beginning of confusion, it is the beginning of fulfillment. And what manifests from divine timing will carry lasting peace, not temporary emotion. Type Amen.